Well, Tucker Carlson is out at Fox. How about that? Was that a surprise to everybody? It kind of was to me, I'll have to be honest. Welcome to American Reversion. I'm Steve Smith. For any of you who are new, we talk about how America has gone wrong and how to try to take it back to the right way. So welcome to you. Make sure you subscribe, share this with anybody that you would like to, and leave a comment as long as it's nice and polite, because I don't allow craziness in the comments. We are here for an intelligent discussion. So the other day, last week was it, when they let Dan Bongino go, I thought, well, okay, I get it. I mean, he goes after one of their favorite, I didn't agree with it, but I got it, because he's always going after one of their favorite shills, and that is, what's the guy? Geraldo. He's always taken Geraldo to the woodshed, and I'm sure that Geraldo whined enough about that and said, "Oh, Murdoch, he's being mean to me, and I don't like it," and all that. So, Bongino was a disappointment, but it wasn't really a shock, I suppose. Bongino's already got a pretty good presence over on Rumble, from what I understand. I'm not on Rumble very much. To be honest, the audience has just never been there. And I know, from the very beginning when Rumble came up in Parler, and if you heard what happened with Parler, the new owners took it down for a while. There's a lot going on there. And people who were disgusted with YouTube says, "Oh, you got to go to Rumble and you got to go to Parler." And, to be honest, the audience just wasn't there. And when you're in the business of trying to get your message out, you want to go where the audience is. Well, Tucker was one of the remaining good voices on Fox. He was there because that's where he could get his voice out. There are a lot of people here who and maybe not here on American Reversion, but on others, that will disparage Carlson, saying that he's just, controlled opposition and this and that and this and that. Well, what he was saying was true. And I'm always interested, somewhat annoyed, and a little bit disgusted with those who, no matter what somebody says, if they're saying what's right, they will always try to find something to disparage them about. I call those people contrarians. Well, yeah, but hey, we're all supposed to be working towards fixing what's going on, right? And I know all of you are. Same thing with Tulsi Gabbard, when I first put up a couple of things about her, who's saying everything right. Well, she says everything right, but I don't trust her because she was a young leader of the World Economic Forum and all that kind of, which isn't true. They put her information up there without her knowledge or permission, but people still won't believe that. Okay, so here we got one of the few remaining voices of reason and who really take it home to people, and that being Tucker Carlson. And he is no longer with Fox. They made an announcement a couple hours ago that, they have parted ways. Tucker Carlson no longer with Fox. His last broadcast was on Friday the 21st, and starting today, the 24th? 24th, that they will be using interim sub, hosts until they find what they want to do with that slot. It's always the way that they do things. I don't know if Carlson saw it coming or not. I have no idea whether it was, a part of an agreement with him or not, or whether they just blindsided him, as I wouldn't doubt. Fox, the Murdoch family, is kind of like that. So they have lost, some pretty good voices. Hannity, the shill, their favorite shill, is still going to be their powerhouse. And I'm not sure that some of this didn't have to do with some jealousy there, because Tucker was taken away from Hannity's shine. Hannity had been the golden boy there for a while. Bill O'Reilly was, right? And then Hannity was their golden boy. And but Hannity was seen for what he was by a lot of people, and that is light. Light on a lot of things. He would beat the drum over and over and over and over and over again, and that was one of his strengths. That when he got his teeth into something, he would repeat it so that people wouldn't remember it, and so they wouldn't forget it. but it also got tiresome. Tucker was a thinker, on the other hand. Now, when I sent this message to Kelly, she sent back one of those surprised emoji faces and said, and a mad face, and said, well, Don Lemon just got fired from CNN too. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if there is a trade going on there that CNN is trying to become more, I'm not serious about this, but they're trying to become more, more truthful. Because, being the lion scum that they've always been, they have been in the tank, losing to Fox all the time. And the new Fox, the way it's going, would be the perfect home for Don Lemon. And it seems like he would make a very good fit. Where Carlson goes from here, there's only a couple of decent voices left at Fox. Jesse Waters, and Harris Faulkner. And a couple others sprinkled in there, but most of them you can tell they're willing to ride the Fox wave, however it will go, to make sure that they keep getting their paychecks. What will this do to Fox? I think that it's going to have a devastating. This is going to be their Bud Light moment. I think it's going to be their Bud Light moment, and they're going to come back and say, well, what we meant was we just want to do what's right for our viewers, and we wanted to be inclusive. You see where inclusivity got Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch across the board. Maybe this will happen to Fox, and maybe it's time that it should. This would be the perfect time for somebody like Trump. We've always said there needs to be a real conservative, hard-driving, big enough outlet to really take on all these others. One American News, Newsmax, those did well. I like Newsmax. I don't watch One American News very much. It's not on my offerings, and I don't watch TV there very much anyway. I have been watching Tucker recently. But, this would be the time for Trump and some other big boys to step in and either buy one of these things and start it all over anew, one of these networks, or start a network. And if you did it with somebody like Trump, who has the chutzpah and has the get out there and the larger-than-life personality, the one who could draw millions immediately, and the first week be destroying Fox in the ratings that they brought on Tucker and Bongino and even O'Reilly. Well, I'm not a big fan of O'Reilly. I thought he was just kind of an arrogant, superior, too often middle of the road guy, But they could have him as the honorary liberal, and his books aren't that good either. And his books aren't that correct either. He passes himself off as being, the Mr. Everyman. No. But they could get a lot of people over there, and they could build a network that would just destroy Fox and CNN and MSNBC and really have the impact on this country that the media needs to have. And the funny thing is that all they'd have to do is tell the truth. All they have to do is bring people on to tell the truth and be big enough to withstand the slings and arrows that they would get at first. But they would have such a following. They would have such a support base. This is something that could actually turn this country back around. Do I think it'll happen? I'm seeing through my hopium here. I'm parting the clouds of I wish and think that probably it won't. Simply, I suppose that's just that cynicism that peeks out from underneath my optimism all the time. You can say that, cynicism mixed with optimism is realism. Yeah, maybe so. But I hardly think that it will happen. But who knows? Who knows? You partner this up with what is that Truth Social that Trump had? I was never on it. I don't even know what the situation is with it now, whether it's still active, whether it's going well, whether it's not going well. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Parler. Rumble has a real possibility. It has never had a good enough reality to bring more people over to that platform. They tend to put stuff over there, and I put a couple things over there a long time ago, and I haven't since. They tend to put people over there who are afraid of being, bumped from other platforms. I get that. It's a safety valve, but it's not near the platform that YouTube or, anything else is, Patreon. And but I think that it could be. I think that if like I said, if Trump and a bunch of the other big boys would come together, buy or put together a network anchored by Tucker Carlson, Harris Faulkner, Dan Bongino, these kinds of people, it would blow these others out of the water. And if they hooked up and really promoted and intra-promoted things like Parler, Truth Social, and are those the two kind of same things? I don't know. And Rumble, I think that could make a difference. I think that could be the turning point that brings the reversion that we have talked about in this country. So anyway, that's my opinion. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think about it. Share this with other people out there. I appreciate it when you do that, and I appreciate when you give the thumbs up and when you write a comment and when you share it. And I'm going to put some stuff up over on the Patreon channel a little bit later today. We'll see if I get it done today, tonight, sometime like that. But thank you all, by the way, who are over on Patreon with us. It's great to have you. And I like being able to have something, a place that I can put, articles and other videos from other people over there for, to kind of flesh out the information that we deal with here. So you all have a good day. Remember that America needs a reversion and needs you to be a part of it. We'll see what happens with Tucker, with Bongino, with perhaps a new start into the whole media landscape. And until tomorrow, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.